Hey guys, this is Steliefte with Close.io. Sometimes you have to take the deal away to make it more desirable and close it. Here's the thing I see salespeople do all the time. They get more and more invested into a deal. At first, they don't care that much about it, but at some point, they start falling in love with the idea of closing this big important deal, whatever it is, and they invest more and more of themselves and their time into the deal. And the more time they invest, the more vested they get. And eventually, it's really hard for the salesperson to let go of that deal. And what happens is that in the negotiation, typically towards the final end of it, the customer or the prospect, especially when they're a buyer with experience and an experienced negotiator, they will start bringing up all these issues. They will start bringing up all these details. They will start bringing up things they've never brought up before. Here's how most salespeople respond. Some get frustrated and just let the deal die, and they're just like defeated. And others, they push. And my brothers and sisters, I love salespeople's push. I love when you hustle hard. I love when you fight for the deal. There's great passion, great pride and honor in fighting to make a deal happen. And being on the phone and jumping up and down and fighting as hard as you can to close that deal. But here's a problem that happens many, many times is the salesperson is going to start pushing and the prospect is going to start pushing back. And then the salesperson keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And eventually, he or she either loses the deal or loses themselves to the deal. Makes compromises that are bad business. Gives in on things that are bad business. Makes promises that are very bad business. And they turn a deal that could have been great into a shitty deal. And it's all because they were too obsessed to close the deal to step back and take it away from the prospect. Here's what I mean by that. And here's an example of that, right? So at the final stage of the call, the prospect goes, well, but we need this integration and that integration. The salesperson goes, well, we typically don't do it, but if you close the deal today with me, I will get my engineering and IT team to make these special integrations for you and we'll make it happen. Like, let's get started. We'll do this for you for free and we'll do this for you, although we don't usually do it. The prospect goes, well, that's great, but the other issue that we have is that we really don't like that we, have to pay this price for these amount of users. We think that this competitor offers this and this pricing scheme would be better for us. And the salesperson goes, listen, if you do a deal right now with me, I'll go down a little bit further on my deal. I'll meet you halfway. Let's just make this happen. Come on, my man. All right, I'll give you the price you want. I'll go very close to it. And the prospect goes, well, that's awesome, but another problem that I'm really concerned about is that you guys, what if you don't stick around? You're really, early stage startup, and will you really be able to support us and give us the service that we need? And the salesperson goes, well, we're gonna give you amazing service, and I promise you, I'm going to be available for you 24/7, giving you support and service. I'll do anything for you. And the conversation goes on and on and on. And the salesperson keeps promising and promising and promising things and making this a completely unprofitable and insane deal in the process. Besides that, it makes you seem desperate. See, there's a fine difference between being decisive and being desperate. Decisive is somebody that says, I'm not going to let you off the hook. This deal is happening. We both know this is the right product. So every day we waste money. And I don't like to waste money. I know you don't too. And let me know, is somebody in this relationship that has a lot more experience in making this step? I've helped hundreds of companies implement and adopt this kind of software. I know we're ready and you need to go right now. Let's do it. All the other details, we'll figure it out later. That's being decisive. The thing that I was doing prior, the guy that was promising 24/7 support and was giving better prices and was offering integration for free and all that craziness, that's desperation. At some point when you find yourself in a deal pushing and pushing and pushing, and the other side keep raising new concerns and new issues and new problems, you need to step back and you need to take the deal away. You need to risk the deal to make it. You need to risk the close to close, you need to tell them, all right, let's stop right here. I get that you have all these concerns. I know that we're going to be able to deliver and make you successful, just like we've had with all these other companies and our customers. Today's the day. You have to make a decision. If at this point you're not ready, I totally respect that. You can take all the time in the world, but I will have to focus my energy and attention on the next call, which is in about 10 minutes, which is with somebody that's willing and ready to move forward. Let's use these 10 minutes to make a decision and move something forward, right? We can figure out all the details later. Don't worry about that. Are you ready to move forward? Are you convinced we're the best solution? Well, yes, but I still have these concerns and they're really important. I hear you and I respect that. If you made the decision that we're the right solution, you buy today and we'll figure out all the details later. And if we don't, you can always leave. And I promise you, once you adopt the solution and implement it, there's going to be an array, a number of new questions and issues and challenges that you've never thought about that are going to come up. And I promise you that over the next year or 2 or 3 years, there's going to constantly be new things that are going to be coming up. So this is not about us checking off a list, because that list will keep growing just as your business grows and our product grows and becomes better. What this is about is to decide today, is this the right product for you? And are we the right partner? Am I the right partner? Do you trust and believe that we're going to do anything and everything to make you successful? If you do, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's make this happen. Let's make a decision together right now. And if you can't, I have to jump on another call. And this is a hard thing to say to people. This might seem harsh or arrogant, but it's important. I'm friendly. I'm fighting for this deal, but I'm also telling you that I'm ready to go and talk to somebody that's ready to make a decision. And I'm not going to chase you forever. If this negotiation goes on in email, you could say in the email, listen, we both know that this is the right deal. Let's move forward. We can figure out all the deals later. If we can today, I am forced to take you off my list of prospects that I keep investing time, because we have so much demand right now that I have to focus on some customers that are already at the point that they want to move forward. I think that we make you a great deal. A lot of times, you know what's crazy? I've been in negotiations back and forth just recently, a few days ago, where the prospect was saying, no, if you cannot give me this and this kind of price, we can't buy. And I told him, here's the best deal I can give you. And I gave him a price that was way worse than what they asked me for. And then they reply and they say, that's not going to work for us. We need a much better deal. You know what my reply was? Here's the best deal I can give you. I just copy and pasted the email I gave them before. The exact same email. Copy and pasted. I was not rude. I was not negative. I was just very determined, but also very clearly ready to lose the deal. I just said, here's the best I can offer you. Put in the price and said, I hope we can make this happen. Let's go. You know what happened next? They bought. Happens all the time. They tell you, we can't move forward except X, Y, and Z. You tell them, I can give you A, B, and C, which is what I promised you before. They go, we need X, Y, and Z. And you say, A, B, C is what I'm going to give you. A, B, C is awesome. Let's do it. And they'll go, okay, let's do it. And people here in the office go, oh, this is crazy, right? But the point is, you have to risk the deal once in a while, and you have to take it away. And you have, especially in bigger negotiations, at some point you have to tell them, hey, this is the best I can do. I can't come back to my team with what you're asking me to do is impossible. I know if I bring this back to my team, they'll say no. So I can do what I promised you to do. Let's do it. Well, no, if you can't give me these extra things, I'm not going to buy. All right, I hope you change your mind. Sleep over it for a night, and tomorrow you decide. If you want to move forward, we're excited. If not, I wish you the best of luck. It sounds hard, huh? Sounds scary. You're risking the big deal. Well, nobody said sales is easy. Nobody says life is supposed to not be scary. You have to take risks and be ballsy once in a while, metaphorically speaking, to get the deal done. Once in a while, you have to tell the prospect, hey, I'm taking this deal away from you. And we all know this, from being children, that when somebody takes something away and says, this is not for you, right? This is not for you. You can't touch this. What's your next response, right? You want it, right? Taking things away make them more desirable, more scarce. And once in a while, you have to take the deal away from the customer and say, hey, if you can't buy under these circumstances, you can't have it anymore. and you'll see the buyer is going to lean in, the prospect is going to lean in, and many times they're going to be ready to buy. So next time, when you find yourself fighting for a deal, I applaud you. I think you're awesome. Fight for the deal. Be passionate. Be determined. Give them everything. But don't cross the line to do desperation. And at some point, once you give and you give and you give, it's time to stop and take away and let the magic of human psychology close the deal for you, and use some finesse and some elegance versus pure force and power all the time. All right, I hope this was useful. Shoot me an email, stelly@close.io. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the sales hacks and sales strategies, and make sure that you hustle hard every single day. Now go out there and get them.